Aloha and good morning. This is Jim in Hawaii. Just an update on the system and how things are growing. Some good news and some bad news, I guess. But first, let's take a look at these fish. It's amazing how absolutely crazed they get during feeding time. And some of them are getting actually pretty big in there. And if you notice, there's no fear in these fish. They actually will come up and bite my hand. There's some grabbing my fingers there. Probably pull one out if he grabs a hold of it. I can probably pull him out of the water. Yeah, no fear. So, and everything I feed them disappears pretty quickly. And that's the second feeding this morning. So you can see they're ravenous. Probably overfeeding them. And it's pretty much gone. And this is what I feed. I feed them about half of this, about to that first line there, if you can see it. And I feed them minimum twice a day, and sometimes as much as 3 times a day. Depends on my schedule. So, an update on the tomato plants. They're doing pretty good. Had some problems with some bugs, and then I put these yellow sticky fly papers up. It caught a lot of the fruit flies, so I'm pretty impressed with those. And I need to actually go get some more. So these tomato plants are really doing well. And you can see, I think, I've got these little bags, these little net bags, fruit fly exclusion bags, I guess they call them, to try to help keep the fruit flies off. But you can, I don't know, it's hard to see, but you can see the tomatoes. These are the Roma tomatoes. Funny shaped, longer. Don't get quite as big as, say, like the beefsteaks and stuff. And then these are the Better Bush tomatoes. And they're doing well too. It's just a race between who's going to get the tomatoes, me, the birds, or the fruit flies. And so when I have to do my move, I think I'm going to go ahead and enclose all of this in some netting. Keep everything out. Another person that I've been following did that, and he set up a 20 by 20 net. So I'll probably do something similar, not quite that big because I don't need that much room. The cucumbers, these are Japanese cucumbers here. They get about 18 inches, pretty long. I picked one recently. Actually, here it is here. See that long thin one? That's a Japanese cucumber. And then that smaller one is a pickling cucumber that I just picked. And those are doing well. The funny thing about these cucumbers, though, is that they'll grow one per plant very, very fast. I'm really amazed at how fast they grow. And the other ones that are growing will just stay like that one until I pick it. And then another one will take off. I'm not sure why that is. The pickling cucumbers seem to be doing the same thing. It'll grow one very quickly, and then the others will just be dormant until I pick that one. Then one it'll concentrate on and grow on another one. And these plants I just put in, so I don't expect these to grow anything yet. These two here, they're still coming up. So, and then this is one of the fruit fly traps that I built out of a bottle, plastic bottle. You just put something down there that, like apple cider vinegar or something, and it draws them in. And then I found these little ones, like that one down there. You can see it, but it's it's plastic shaped like an apple, and they go in there, and you put apple cider vinegar on the bottom, and they go in and they can't get out. Eventually they drown, I suppose. And that's another defensive measure I've used. And then my flood and drain bed over there has had some changes made to it. I've pulled the bitter melon out that was taking over the system that was in the back. I got a lot of bitter melons off it, so I'm pretty happy with that. This corn isn't doing too good. This is Hawaiian sweet corn. It kind of was looking good for a while, and then it just kind of went down. I don't know if I planted it too late in the year. It has been really hot here in Hawaii, hot and humid. In fact, we even set some records in some parts of the state. And obviously the lettuce doesn't like the heat, as you can see. So that's going to be a good winter crop. And that floating bed is going to be turned into a flood and drain. And this is another pickling cucumber. So I've got this one in the flood and drain bed, and then I got these in my Dutch buckets, just to see which is better. And then I got some, I don't know what it is. I think that's just from that white stuff on the leaves. I think that's something I splashed on there. Not really sure. Maybe it's a white mildew. These down here look perfectly fine. The ones closer to the bed are like that. And those are doing okay. I don't know what that is. I'll have to investigate that. And then I've got a small, you see it in the bag over there. That's a, I forgot what the plant was now. Like a squash, eggplant. I'm sorry, eggplant. And it had another one on there that was doing real good until the birds got it, and they ate that thing up really fast. So another example of the birds getting the stuff before I can. So I put a bag on that one. Don't know if it's going to help. And then I got another tomato plant in here in the grow bed just to see how it does in the flood and drain bed. So today, unfortunately for me, is the day when I have to clean up all of my biofilter and my radial flow filter. And when I do that, it takes about half an hour, I suppose. I just get a 5-gallon bucket and I use this. If you can see it, it's a you see that on the end there. That's a jiggle siphon. All you do is put that down in the bucket, you shake it, and it starts the siphoning action. And then that's attached, via this long hose, and that end of that goes into a 5-gallon bucket. It does a really good job of getting all that solid waste out of the bottom of the radial flow filter, and I don't have to drain it completely. I do drain the bottom for a short time, just to help get some of the free floating stuff. But this really does a really good job of cleaning the bottom out pretty good. And then I take the waste and put it on my plants around the house. And there's one of my lizards, chameleons. I got a lot of those around here. The more the better, because I think they eat all the bugs that I'm having problems with. And if I get too close, he'll take off. They get a lot bigger than that. He's a small one. So this, to clean it, I have to actually turn off the air pump. And then I go ahead and I use the jiggle siphon to clean the bottom of it. And I also have a drain at the bottom. And I think when I do the move, when I disconnect everything, I'm actually going to put a plastic cone in the bottom of these things so that the waste goes to the center, slides down the cone. It'll be inverted so that it gets wide and goes narrow at the bottom. And that'll make cleaning up a lot easier. But this is doing really well. And you can see, every day in the morning, I take this. Wow, it's right on there. There we go. There we go. This is a this is a very fine mesh that I've put over my intake on my biofilter, and it collects at the bottom there. It collects all the solids it gets, that comes out of the radial flow filter that it misses. And it does a really good job. And all I have to do is take this apart, just slide it off, clean out the net, and then put it back on. So that was ideal. That actually was a wine bottle cover for a gift for Christmas. And a friend of mine gave me 3 of these that he had left over from last year's Christmas party. And boy, they're ideal for this, for what I use them for here. Stuff like that is out there. You just have to look for it. I'll leave that off. I have to clean that yet anyway today. So that's basically it. These tomato plants are pretty old, so they're probably on their last legs. After these fruits ripe or mature and I pick them, I'm going to go ahead and pull these all out. And I'm thinking of my next crop after I move the system is going to be pickling cucumbers. I'm going to plant a whole bunch of pickling cucumber vines so that I can pickle some cucumbers. I used to do that years ago, and I still have the pickling jars, and I think I'll go ahead and do that again. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Aloha.